Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming, as well as the Bleeding Carolina Blue podcast. We are your hosts for this evening, myself, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, and joining me once again is my partner and co-host, Mr. Carolina. How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. Blessed indeed. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been an awesome weekend, very action packed. Attended an anime con on Friday and a gaming convention on Saturday. Caught up with friends I haven't seen in a few years, so it's been fun.
Sounds like a blast. Sounds like a blast indeed.
And one thing's for definite sure, despite
Yeah.
the fallout of not getting quarterback Deshaun Watson, the Carolina
Oh,
Panthers, Mr. Scott Fitterman, have been
got him
busy.
magic. Got
And
him magic.
I don't know about you, but one of the first things that caught my attention, I'm starting to see an offensive line shape up.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. Like I said, remember I said it before. I said if we knock it out the park with this offensive line,
Come on
I
now.
can see it drafting Malik Willis, and I called it. I called it. I said if we go offensive line heavy in free agency, we are going quarterback at 6. Watch what I say. They're going quarterback at 6 because what you're doing is you're filling holes with veteran went out compared to last year
Hmm.
when Matt Rule had the reins. Scotty Pitt said, no. I'm going to go get established Pro Bowl offensive linemen, guys that have been in the trenches, that have been on offenses that have success running. Bozeman came from the Ravens, and the Ravens are a punch you in the mouth type of offense. Corbett, again, came from the Super Bowl champion Rams.
Hmm.
They're running down here that punch you in the mouth as well. So now we have that, and we still have Moten on the right.
Hmm.
Again, what this means is, and again, what I thought, because we lost on Lyle Collins, wow, he would go to the Bengals, not
Right.
my business. Oh, he got those LSU ties. I
Right.
saw LSU ties with Burrow and Chase.
Hmm.
But, okay, I got that one. But now we're in on Terrion Armstead and Dwayne Brown. Again, veteran, established left tackle.
Yep.
And
This is true.
what did I say before? What did I say before, Jay? I said if we get one of these tackles, but draft a free agency, they're going to kick Brady Christensen inside the guard.
They
You
also
have
they also have eyes on. Want to throw in Eric Fisher as well. They're keeping eyes on him as well. He's another
I
offensive
saw that.
tackle.
I saw that. And what we're doing is we're setting a foundation for our rookie quarterback, whoever comes in, to be successful. Now, what I'm hoping they do is, and I concede I can't see it happening, is bringing this Cam back for a year. Because I promise to God,
Hmm.
I can't do, and I hate that word, I can't do another year of Sam Darnold under center. I can't do it. My eyes can't take it. I can't do it. Please, God, no more Sam Darnold.
Yeah. You've had it up to here. You're at your last straw. Just no more.
I'm at I'm at my limit with God. Jeez, get him out of here. No more Sam Darnold. I would rather go with a rookie quarterback behind the improved offensive line than Sam Darnold. Because again, what we're doing is we're building a smash mouth kind of offensive line,
Hmm.
and with the additions of Dante Freeman, a smash mouth. Now, watch what I tell y'all. When we had D'Lo and Jay Stu, watch what I tell you. We had that 1-2 combo.
Yep.
D'Lo had the wiggle, Jay Stu had the power,
Smash
but
and
he could
dash.
also break one.
Yep.
Watch what I tell you though. McCaffrey, if we keep him, and Freeman, watch what we do when they're going back and forth. Like, okay, you got a little wiggle room with Christian. We're gonna punch you in the mouth with Freeman. Watch it, and we're gonna get back to what we are. And I would love, and I may be in the minority here. I would love to see Cam behind this improved offensive line where he doesn't have to do everything himself.
Mm-hmm.
You have the weapons and the line around you to be successful. Let Malik Willis or whoever we draft, my God, I pray Malik Willis, sit for a year or so and
Mm-hmm.
let them learn and watch that. And look, and we haven't even talked about the defensive side yet because we've improved on the defensive side.
Yep.
I like Scott Fitterer. I like you, Scotty. I like Scott Fitterer. He's doing his job.
So I'm gonna take a moment and play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Now, I'm all with you, especially with the moves that we've done. But here's the thing I want to throw in there. We have to also remember Matt Rule is on the hot seat. He's going to do whatever it takes to save his job. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, what that might not look like is developing a quarterback because of the fact Matt Rule is trying to save his job. So, with that being said, do you feel because of that they may settle on going for a band-aid quarterback like a Baker Mayfield, like a Marcus Mariota, like a Gardner Minshew? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts to that, and I completely understand where you're coming from. My thoughts to that is a coach on the hot seat, you know what he's going to do, what a coach like this would do, is say, hey, I have a rookie quarterback,
Hmm.
so that should buy me some more time because it's going to take time for him to develop. Y'all wanted him, I got him, so you can't fire me if I'm losing with a rookie quarterback. But to Carolina's point, I know they would say is you were losing with a veteran quarterback. But if you get the rookie and the rookie plays from day one, he can say, look, it's going to take a year or two for me to develop this guy in this system.
Hmm.
And that might save Matt Rule for another year if we go a rookie quarterback because he knows that'll buy him time, especially if we get a Kenny Pickett, which I know people are going to hate it. Kenny Pickett, again, does not move the needle. It took Kenny Pickett 5 years to get it together. And I know they're going to try to compare Kenny Pickett again to Joe Burrow and Kyler Murray. It took them years.
I think what sticks out the most is the fact. Oh, I think we might have lost him. Uh-oh, I think we may have lost my co-host, but I'll give him a chance to hop back in. Let me see. But what he's saying though, he's making a good point. He's making a good point. Oh, there you
I'm
are.
back.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
back.
cool.
For some reason, my phone connected to the Wi-Fi and it kicked me out. So
Ah, so yeah, continue your point.
yeah, and I was just saying, and it's like Kenny Pickett has been there for 5 years, and Pittsburgh was no better the 5 years he was there. So if I'm going to take somebody, and again, if you're going to take somebody that high, you take somebody that high that has potential to take your franchise to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the wow factor, and I know people get caught up, and I sometimes get caught up in the wow factor. The only wow factor you really have in this draft, good or bad, is Malik Willis. Now you may get, I like Desmond Ritter, but I don't like Desmond Ritter at 6. I would not take him at 6. I like Sam Howell. I like Sam Howell at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we trade into the back of the first or early second, I have no problem going the defensive end out of Oregon if he's still there at 6. Or one of the offensive tackles. Don't you grab that sauce corn. Don't you do it. I know we brought back DJ, so that eliminates that, but I have no problem getting to Sam Howell or Desmond Ritter, but not at pick number 6. The only quarterback that Matt Rule could get away with, and the fans would be like, okay, he's going to take a year. is Malik Willis because he's the only one that has that. Oh, we can see something here faster if we take him at 6. That's just my 2 cents on it.
So overall, it sounds like a lot of with the Pickett fans, the Kenny Pickett fans, those that are really rooting for him, is I mean, one, we all know how badly David Tepper wants him, and David Tepper's a Pittsburgh guy.
Yeah.
And secondly, I mean, the one season broke Dan Marino's record. I mean, which, like I said, it is impressive, but at the same time, and I know a big part of the argument is that he, out of the rest of them, are more starter ready. It's, but you have to also think, like you had mentioned, like if we had a Malik Willis Cam Newton combo, like,
Woo!
and the thing that's interesting, word is that he has been offered a contract to come back. He just hasn't said anything. That's what the word is
Cam?
on that. Yeah. That's what I've been hearing. But but yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see what happens. And then you also have to factor Seattle is going to be in the mix, I would think, for a quarterback. Possibly, let's see, possibly so Seattle, possibly the Colts, depending on what happens if they can't get a Baker Mayfield, because I'm sure they're gonna be going for a Baker Mayfield since he wants a trade. And then you have to think maybe perhaps the Lions might be considering drafting a quarterback. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting.
It would behoove us. I know my phone. It would behoove us to get our quarterback. And I know people say next year, and we got to think of it in this way. Everybody says draft a quarterback next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if we're so improved this year, we're not in that position to get one of these top tier quarterbacks?
Right.
People don't seem to think of the moves that we're making.
Mm-hmm.
We may not be able to draft that quarterback. So why take the chance of not being in that position to grab one because we're going to play better this year when we can grab one this year that we can develop? Develop your quarterback now. See, what that mindset is saying is people are already planning on losing. I don't feel like watching another losing season.
Right.
I really don't. And I doubt that these guys that are coming here or resigning here saying, I'm coming to sign on to nobody that.
Yeah.
And I expect us not to be picking in the top 10, 15. I want Carolina picking in the 20s. Hell,
Oh, think we may have lost him. Think we may have lost him again. Yeah, he's just a heads up. He's on the road, so just letting y'all know what the deal is. Tenzin Damdul, it's good to see you. Here we'll have it back up. See if he'll get back up. Oh, there he is.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Hey, I'm back.
So
sorry, I'm driving. My bad. I'm driving.
It's all good. It's all good. So we got a comment. Tenzin chimed in and said, disappointed that we didn't get Watson, but happy that we didn't have to give up our future to get him. 230 million guaranteed is just too crazy to me.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
He also says, bring back Cam for 1 year and draft Willis.
Boom. I know when you and I texted. I saw that money and I said, hell no. Hell no. 200 all guaranteed?
All guaranteed.
Hell no. You're paying a quarterback, and all due respect, I would have wanted Watson too. That hasn't played football would have been 2 years by the time the snaps come around in 2022. Ain't played football in 2 years.
Yep.
Yes, he's 26. That's cool. You're gonna guarantee that man $46 million a year? 46. You know how cap strapped Cleveland's gonna be. You can't sign anybody because you're paying your quarterback guaranteed $50 million
Yeah.
a year. Green Bay looks dumb as hell. Aaron Rodgers is almost 40. They paying him more than that.
Yeah. Top paid quarterback.
I understand QB is important. And then, like you said, we would have had to give up 3 firsts,
Mm-hmm.
a couple seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and some of our core defensive players.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Brian Burns would have been out the door, Derek Brown would have been out the door, or Jeremy Chin would have been out the door, all 3 of them.
Yep.
So we're crippling our team with draft picks and core players. So while I was, like everybody else, and look, Jay, I'm guilty. I was checking my phone every few minutes to see it said Panthers trade for Deshaun Watson. I'm not even gonna lie. I was one of those people.
Yeah.
Because I just was. Because of what we do here and because I'm a fan. I was like, oh, I wanted to get him.
Right.
But when he's like, but when I saw, oh, you was spurring us for maybe the Falcons or the Saints, I was like, okay, well, go ahead and lose so we can beat you twice a year. I texted you that too. I
True.
said, go ahead and play us. I said, we're going to punish you twice a year. And then it comes out, you go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland. What?
So staying in the AFC.
Good. You know what? Stay over there. Stay over there. Because now what it does is, it tells us in this division, we're competing with, and no disrespect to Tom Brady, one of the greatest to ever do it. We're competing against a 40-something-year-old Tom Brady and an almost 40-something-year-old Matt Ryan for the division. Now, if you look at Atlanta, outside of Kyle Pitts, they have nobody on offense. So if I was Deshaun Watson, I'm not going there either. And why would Atlanta pay their quarterback? Why would Atlanta pay 2 players almost $70+ million for the 2 players? That's what they would owe Matt Ryan and Deshaun Watson if he would have went to Atlanta. That would have made 0 sense. Okay, you go to New Orleans. Again, my folks in Louisiana, please don't shoot me. I'm sorry. I love y'all too.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a Cloud Saints fan, you know, but I bleed Carolina blue. You go to New Orleans, Alvin Kamara, we don't know if he's playing next year. Michael Thomas, you don't know if he's playing next year. Who do you have on offense? And then you would have to give up 3 first-round picks. And I'm sorry, New Orleans, I love y'all, but y'all front office make me sick. How do y'all clear almost $80 million?
Yeah, that was crazy. Like
How
that,
do you do that?
just like that quick too.
Is that illegal or something? How do you do that? Where they do that at? Come on, bro. But I said you would have went there, and it would have been. It wouldn't. That wasn't the place. So I was rooting for him to come back here.
Mm-hmm.
But when it didn't, I was not one of these fans that was boo-hoo. Oh my God, he doesn't want to come here. Okay, I don't care. You don't want to come, so what? We're just gonna beat you because keep pounding. I believe it. You want to come here, fine. Let's pivot. That's too much money to give one player. Like, what's the next move? That's always my mindset. If it don't work here, what's the next move to be successful? And that's why I love Scott Fitterer right now. The mindset, okay, you don't want to come here? Let's go sign us a center. Let's go sign us a guard. Let's go sign us a kicker. Let's go sign a wide receiver. Let's go sign a running back. Let's resign a corner. Let's go sign a safety. Let's go sign a middle linebacker. Let's go sign a defensive tackle. Let's allocate that money to positions of need.
Yeah.
So what it does is, and I'm calling it right now, within the next 48 hours, Dwayne Brown or Teron Armstead is going to be a Panther within the next 48 hours.
Oh, man.
One of those two is going to be a Panther in the next 48 hours. And again, what that does is it sets us up, like I said, to take a quarterback at 6. There's no need to trade back. We fill the needs that we wanted to fill in free agency, which is smart.
Yep.
Build with veteran presences in free agency. We don't go with unproven rookies. Go with vets. Take
And
the vets that know how the system goes.
you know what else that sets up? You could have Deontay Brown and Brady Christensen battle out for that left guard position. You can legit have them battle it out for starting left guard position. And then you have to remember,
And with
whoever doesn't get it can back them up. You also got
yep,
you got Pat Elflein who could back up Bozeman,
yep,
who has that center
yep.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
You can do some things to with that offensive line, in any type of worst case scenario. But we secure Armstead or Brown or even Fisher, if he can play that left tackle
Either
position.
one. Yep.
You get Brown and Christensen to battle it out. I mean, you could really go with either or.
And we will be just fine. Because Brown was an All American guard. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alabama, and him and Bowman played in Alabama, so they had that unity. Both.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
That's what I'm saying. We have something going here, ladies and gentlemen. The world did not end. The sky has not fallen because Deshaun Watson didn't want to come to Carolina. We're going to keep pounding.
so Tenzin had another comment, which I did hear about this. He says, I don't know if it's true, but I was listening to another Panther podcast, and they said the Browns put in a clause in the contract where if another allegation ever comes up, the contract would be voided.
Smart, smart.
So, and then you have to also think the civil part is not quite over yet. So while he might not ever have to do jail time, that doesn't mean that he won't get some sort of suspension, maybe for a couple of games, maybe half a season, that sort of thing. So,
Oh, that's coming. That's coming. You know, there are too many factors. There are too many women that are going to petition, and I'm pretty sure there are women in Cleveland right now. I don't know how many there are, probably like a couple.
mhm.
Pretty women in Cleveland right now that are going to petition that they're mad that the Browns traded for Deshaun Watson. I guarantee you, because they're upset about what happened. And how dare you bring them to our city?
Yeah.
Right or wrong, that's going to happen.
And who's to say that there won't be some sort of setup to add a 23rd allegation? It's
People are
not
petty like,
impossible.
oh, heck no. People are petty like that. Somebody like, yo, I need somebody else to come out and say something. Somebody else. Look, we'll make it up. We'll cover it up, which would be wrong and dirty all in itself. But again, remember, and I want folks to don't like. We're not taking what these women have gone through lightly. Not at all. So please do not take it like that.
Right.
But if you want to notice something, these allegations again did not come out until Deshaun Watson asked for a trade out of Houston.
Right.
You didn't hear nothing about this until he wanted to leave.
This is
Why
true.
is that?
That is a very good point.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you want to play Houston, all will come out of nowhere. Where was y'all at a few months ago? Well, hell, where was y'all at the day before he Houston? All of the allegations. And again, I'm not making light of the situation. I wouldn't have disrespect. I have myself.
Right.
I have a beautiful little girl. I wouldn't.
Uh-oh, I think we lost him again. But I definitely get the point that he's making. Definitely get the point that he's making. Just it definitely says something when, something like this just comes out at such a specific time, right after Deshaun Watson spoke on how he wanted out of Houston. So it doesn't surprise me at all, but it does seem like there is going to be some sort of suspension. I mean, because you have to think Same thing happened to oh, he's back.
Again.
And
Again.
I wanted to say, I mean, when you think about it, same thing happened with Ezekiel Elliott. You know, he had to serve those games of suspension.
Mm-hmm.
It happened
Ben
with
Roethlisberger had a service.
Ben Roethlisberger. That's another example. So I mean, I think it's bound to happen. And if anything, we can rejoice because we dodged a humongous bullet.
A major bullet. A major one. Again, as much talent as Deshaun Watson, I wish that brother number success.
Right.
As much as he would have helped Carolina, he would have hurt Carolina at the same time.
Now,
Because we
oh, keep going, keep going.
no, I say because he would have killed and eaten so much of our cap.
Hmm.
And if you want 237 million guaranteed, that is hampering. Now, Cleveland, it's going to be hard for Cleveland to resign anybody.
Hmm.
And you're going to have vets. Now, I hope they core players are, locked up for a while. But you had, of course, you had Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt locked
Yep.
up for a little bit. That's cool. But out of that, and you have the tight end. So I hope, and if I'm not mistaken, what I was reading is Baker Mayfield was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the NFL last year.
Yeah, he was up there. He was definitely up there.
So is that offensive line really that awesome? And now are they able to sign anybody with this broken down offensive line?
Not to mention, no Jarvis Landry. I think they're gonna try to bring back OBJ. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I No, I doubt that. He don't want to play in Cleveland no more. Why would
Nah.
you? Why would you go from New York to Cleveland to Hollywood back to Cleveland?
Yeah, and just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So
so Cleveland. No disrespect, Cleveland ain't winning no Super Bowl no time soon. Let's not kid ourselves.
I mean, they haven't even won their division since what, '89?
Yeah, so that ain't happening. No, let's not fool ourselves.
So
Nothing but love in Cleveland, but that ain't happening.
so
Uh,
looking at re-signings. So Mr.
yeah,
DJ Moore got pizzade and will be
and he should
here
have got paid.
another 4 years. Now, here's
And he,
my question for you. Somebody who's
yeah,
played, very, very familiar with the game, knows what it's like. Is
yeah,
DJ Moore elite?
yeah. What makes DJ more elite is the yak. And what people fail to realize, yes, it's nice to make spectacular catches. It's nice to run. Not only does he run routes, but he gets a lot of yak. And those that are not football savvy, yak is yardage after catch.
Mm-hmm.
So DJ is hard to bring down with that initial hit. And what I love about DJ is you can go back to that. I just saw the highlight and I can't think of the game. I think it was the Cowboy game
Yeah, it was the Cowboys
when he
game.
caught the pass and he thought he was down there. He balanced himself, got back up, and ran for some more yards.
Yeah.
That is what you look at out of your elite wide receiver.
Yeah, he got an extra 20 or 15 or 20 yards after that catch or something like that.
Because Hart, he got up. He said, "No, I'm not going down like this. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna keep on running." That's what DJ Moore does. And now you see somebody change their tune and restructure their contract. We're not gonna call no names, Robbie Anderson, but you want to stay now. Now you pitching the sign guys now. You wanted to get out a little while ago, but now you want to stay. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, bro. Guys want to stay here now because they see the moves that are being made in free agency. Guys are signing here because guys want to stay. It ain't got nothing to do with Matt Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Fitterer said, and David Tepper said, look, you had your shot. It didn't work your way.
Right.
Go have a seat. Let the big boys make the decision.
Oh, you're on. Oh, okay. So, let's see. Looking at the comments, Tenzin said at the end, Watson said he wants to go to a team that was ready to win now. Cleveland was the best choice out of the 4 teams. Cooper, DPJ, Hunt, Chubb, Joku, and with a stout defense. Fair point, but that's a lot of money. 230 million. That's a lot of money. Paul Mancini, good to see you. Welcome. Says Deshaun Watson was all about getting a new massive deal. Crazy deal. The Browns gave him 230 million for 5 years and all with guaranteed. Yep, all that money guaranteed. Panthers were reportedly offering 3 years of a guaranteed deal. Yeah, that plus, all those draft picks we would be giving away. But but when it comes to DJ Moore, like I said, I'm gonna play devil's advocate again, and definitely get at Mr. Carolina about this. I think the only thing that sticks out that might kind of interfere with whether he's elite or not is that his touchdown numbers are low. His touchdown numbers are low. Like he's averaged 4 touchdowns a season. Not really. That's the only thing. And
Dang. I gotta go off camera 1 second. I gotta put gas in my car.
okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So while he's gassing up. But yeah, Paul Mancini says DJ Moore is a very good wide receiver. I would not consider him elite. That's for receivers like Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, etc. And that's the thing. Receivers like that have been able to put up double-digit number of touchdowns. But at the same time, you have to also keep in mind Devontae Adams. Who was he being thrown to? Or excuse me, who was throwing to him? Aaron Rodgers. DeAndre Hopkins. Who was throwing to him? Kyler Murray. Deshaun Watson. So I mean, DJ Moore has been able to get 3 back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons with multiple different quarterbacks. Now, maybe that puts him in maybe like a top 10, top 15 wide receivers in the league. But if there's like a middle ground, maybe between elite and not elite, maybe he's in that middle ground. But I feel like that's the only thing that really can be thrown into the argument is that his touchdown numbers are low. But do I feel like he's a number one? Is he a number one? Yes, absolutely. I feel that he is a number one for sure. Paul Mancini says that the trade packages for D Watson were all similar. 3 firsts, 1 second, and 1/3, which the Texans were satisfied with. It was who was going to give him a new big deal. Facts. Says you can't be an elite wide receiver without a good quarterback passing to you. That's for sure. Uh, yeah, it's it's definitely hard, but at the same time, I think most may agree and say that could he not be elite? Yes, but is it his fault? No. Is it DJ's fault? No. So I don't know. It's a really good argument. It's a really good argument when you think about it. Because that does say something when you can have multiple low end quarterbacks and still rack up 1,000 yards receiving. That says something. That is not easy to do, especially when you have quarterbacks that haven't been able to consistently get the ball out and cause a lot of turnovers. So, I mean, you know, wide receiver Justin Jefferson has been elite his first 2 seasons with Kirk Cousins. Is Cousins a top quarterback? Is Cousins a top quarterback? I mean, the only thing with Kirk Cousins that I would have to question is just, really comes down to wins and losses. But is he a top quarterback? I would say so. I would say so. I mean, you gotta remember and look at the type of numbers that Kirk Cousins has been able to put up. Let's pull it up. I mean, the dude has had one, two, three, four, five, six 4,000-yard passing seasons, and he's done really well at taking care of the football. So I
He's a great
mean,
game manager.
you, I mean, last season, 4,221 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I mean, he's never thrown more than 13 interceptions in a season. So I mean,
Kirk Cousins is what you would call a great bridge quarterback. He'd be a bridge quarterback. He's not going to get you to the promised land, but he's not going to stop you from getting there either.
that's a fair argument. That's a fair argument. Paul Mancini says, look at Terry McLaurin with the Washington team. Shaky quarterbacks, and yet he plays at a high level consistently. Tenzin says Kirk Cousins is a top 12 quarterback, like it or not. Now, I want.
Um,
I mean, those are
what
good numbers. It's
what I
just
demand,
what it comes down to is looking at his win-loss record.
when it comes to big moments, I say when it comes to big moments, feedback that's going to make it hard. To me, again, Kirk Cousins is not going to stop you, but he's not going to wow you either. He just, again, he. If you have, well, I can't even say that because Minnesota had a nice defense. I don't want to call the defense elite, but Minnesota had a nice defense, and he didn't get it done. So it's like I get it, but I don't want to trade for a 30-something-year-old quarterback. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That for me, that's a waste. When you have all that, we might as well just. I'm not even gonna say his name. For all that, we might as well get to stick with Cam, or hell, you might as well play with PJ for the year. Why go get an older quarterback when we know most likely within the next year or two we're going to be drafting their successor anyway?
Yeah, that's a fair point. And Minnesota only extended him for one more year. So I mean,
And they paid him how much? They paid him $30+ million too.
true. So I mean, that's a very very fair argument. And Paul Mancini says, now look at QB Cousins' record when playing teams with a 500 or better record. It's poor. Facts.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
He says, I consider Cousins a high volume passer, kind of like Matthew Stafford when he was in Detroit.
Great point. Great point.
Because when
Similar.
and a good thing to keep in mind, I mean, after Megatron was done in Detroit, I mean, Stafford didn't really have much for weapons. And then, you look at the how he's done, because I mean, he's had what, one playoff appearance with the Lions in his entire Lions career, like one, maybe
Pretty
two.
much. I think he only had one.
Okay, and then of course he comes to the Rams, and it's like night and day, and he lights it up and had pretty much the best playoff run his entire career. So I
He
mean,
did. But Matthew Stafford again as well. So I watched Matthew Stafford had struggles like he did. He had games where he struggled because that's who Matthew Stafford is. But
mhm.
Matthew Stafford also had a better supporting cast around him with the Rams than he said he had in Detroit. He had an elite defense
Yep.
with the Rams. When you have two damn sure Hall of Famers on that other side of the ball, and they for some reason Rams pissed me off too. How do you keep adding people? Where's the cap in Los Angeles?
Yeah, they added mad people.
Do they have a different cap for the Rams than everybody else? You keep adding. You added OBJ. You added Von Miller. Like you added Matthew Stafford. Like what are we doing here?
And they just
How many
extended the
people?
mess out of him too.
How many people can you add in any season? Like what are we doing? But like I said, he had a better team. They had a better team. And with us and the moves, like I said, the moves that Scotty Fitt is making makes Carolina a more desirable destination. It makes us look more attractive. And I can understand in a way why veterans didn't want to come here. And I'm about to run in the house real quick and I'll be right back.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you why people didn't want to come here. I'm going to say two words. And you already know what two words I'm going to say. You know his name. Y'all know his name.
Y'all know his name.
That's why they didn't want to come here. I'm gonna say it and I'll be right back. Matt Rule.
Matt Rule.
That's why they didn't want to come here because he's an idiot. He's a surefire idiot. He's a dumbass. That's why they didn't want to come here. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Alrighty. Or as Fred Sanford would say, a big dummy. Mamba, welcome to the stream. I think the Browns set their team back a little bit. They will be in cap hell for a very long time. I think we dodged a bullet. Don't see the Browns winning the Super Bowl. AFC is too stacked. Facts. And it's going to be really, really difficult. It's going to be really difficult. And, as mentioned before, they haven't even won their division since 89. Paul Mancini says, I think the Panthers should add young talent to their O line and D line and linebacker this draft, and then look for a quarterback in the 2023 draft, which is a much better quarterback class. I see no quarterback in the draft class worthy of number 6. So, with you saying that, Paul, are you saying that you're okay with going with a band-aid quarterback for now? Browns traded quarterback Casey Keenan to the Bills and signed free agent. Yeah, that's right. He did sign Jacoby Brissett to back up Deshaun Watson. That is true. D. Watson will likely get a 6-game suspension. Yeah, he's most likely going to get some sort of suspension. Mamba says this offensive line is ready to protect now. I would not be mad if we drafted Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis. Both have massive potential. Malik and Kenny have their flaws, but their flaws are coachable. I mean, it's like I said before, it's going to have to come down to, like, we're going to have to develop a quarterback at some point versus, Matt Rule wanting to keep his job might linger more towards getting a band aid quarterback to try to help better keep his job. Because, I mean, in attempting to develop a quarterback, I mean, you're going to have to take some chances, and, some losses may come with it as well. So, I mean, I don't know, Paul. What do you think? Are you saying that? Oh, you just chimed in. Yes, I'm saying that as this Panther team is not one quarterback away for a legitimate playoff run. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Mamba, uh, since you're on here, and I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in, DJ Moore, is he elite or not? DJ Moore just got that big extension. Would y'all say that he's elite or not? Paul says no. Paul says no. What are y'all's thoughts? Paul says I'm okay with developing and filling holes on the roster in 2022 with hopes of getting an upgrade in 2023. Ah, I see. I see. Thanks for clarifying. Gotcha, gotcha. Now, while I let y'all kind of marinate on that question, those that haven't gotten a chance to answer about DJ Moore, we also extended Dante Jackson. We're bringing him back for 3 more years. Now, I know a lot of people would have rather gotten Stefan Gilmore, but at the same time, a healthy Dante Jackson has played well. And we have to also remember Dante Jackson, leads in interceptions for his draft class. So, I mean, I would have liked to have brought back both D-Jack and Gilly Lock, but I think bringing back D-Jack is a good move. Especially you got him on one side, J.C. Horn, who's been working out. J.C. Horn's been working out. So it's been good. It's been really good. Let's see. Paul gives DJ a solid 4 stars, but not 5 stars. Mamba says, for what DJ has to work with, he is elite. Most wide receivers would have thrown a fit by now, but he's stuck with us. Yeah, that's a good point. And Paul says, I mean an upgrade at quarterback in 2023. Gotcha. Tenzin said DJ is a top 15. Top 15. Like I said, my whole thing with him is just his touchdown numbers are low. I mean, he's averaged 4 touchdowns a season so far. But you have to also keep in mind, the quarterbacks he's had, not really high level quarterbacks. So I don't know. It's a tough call, but I could see both sides of it. Paul says, I love the D-Jack signing. Gilmore wants to chase a Super Bowl now, which the Panthers are not ready just yet. And I think the word is, I think the 49ers might be at the top of his list. Might be at the top of his list. So, yeah, understandable. Apparently, Bradley Bozeman's wife was a big fan of the Panthers signing Bradley Bozeman. So, hey, that's a cool sign. But yeah, I mean, we could still really build off of D-Jack, J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson, Keith Taylor. If we can get one more guy, that'd be nice. Um, and then I think we still need to upgrade the linebacker core. I think we could still do better with linebacker and consider another edge rusher. I think getting another edge rusher I think would be really really nice. But we're making progress. We're definitely making progress. Um like I said, if anything, do I believe DJ Moore is a number 1? Yeah. Mamba says I think we draft Pickett simply because of his Temple ties. We all know how Matt is. And not only that, but Tepper wants him badly. And you got to remember, Pickett's a Pittsburgh guy, Tepper's a Pittsburgh guy, so yeah. Tenzin says Cam is great, but he had flaws with his accuracy, and then Darnold is just seeing ghosts. So DJ with numbers, he puts up. I mean, yeah, Cam has had accuracy issues, but yet still ended up winning an MVP. And Sam Darnold seeing ghosts, but at the same time we have to remember Sam Darnold has never been behind a good offensive line. And that's true. That's a fact. Sam Darnold has never played behind a good offensive line in the NFL. So, just something to think about. Paul says DJ Moore has not been very productive once in the red zone. Elite wide receivers are. DJ is great between the 20s, but tends to disappear once in the red zone. I'm not saying he's incapable, he just hasn't been. Now, Paul, do you think that is just because of, do you think that's because of execution, or do you believe it's because of lack of play calling? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Tenzin says is elite in my opinion. So Tenzin believes DJ Moore is elite. And of course, MrCarolina votes yes, he is elite. Cause like I said, I can see both sides. I could definitely see both sides of it, for sure. I could see both sides. Paul says Cam can't read defenses quick enough. Doesn't have the arm strength that he used to. Well, the arm strength, yeah, I could definitely understand. Uh, the read defenses, I don't know. I don't know about that. Because at the same time, I think it's really, really hard, for him to have caught on coming in to a team in week 10. In week 10. So, but that's a fair argument though. That's a fair argument, Paul. That's a very fair argument. Mamba says, but judging on what scouts are saying, Kenny is ready to start day one, but we will have to wait 1 or 2 seasons for Malik to develop. Yeah, that's what the word is. That's definitely what the word is. Robert Edwards, welcome to the stream. Says we way better off. Yeah. Oh, we dodged a bullet. We dodged a huge, huge bullet. Says Watson's a scrub. LMFAO, Ohio. Uh, I wouldn't say he's a scrub. I mean, he's still. I mean, it remains to be seen if he can bounce back, not having played in a year. But I wouldn't say he's a scrub. That's a little harsh. But I mean, we'll have to see if he can uh get back to that level he once was. Because I mean, he when he last played, he was a top 5 quarterback. Let's keep it real. But I mean, we'll see what he does in Cleveland. But I don't expect. I expect there to be some sort of suspension. So, uh, Paul says 3 reasons of red zone lack of production for DJ Moore. 1, lack of physicality. 2, play calls and schemes. 3, lack of stability at quarterback. That's actually a good breakdown. That's a good breakdown. That's a good breakdown. That's a good breakdown. Robert Edwards says somebody that sees it still pending. Yeah, that's fair. The Fed's coming is my point. And I don't know if you heard Robert Edwards, but word is that there's a clause in that contract with Cleveland that if there's another allegation or whatnot that comes up, that I guess the contract could be voided, like on the spot or whatnot. But at the same time, they still got to go through the civil cases. There's still the civil cases, so he's not 100% in the clear. He just, he may not go to jail, but you know, he still has to deal with the civil aspect. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But we definitely dodged a bullet. And now that Scott Fitterer has been putting in work with these signings, that guaranteed is guaranteed. No, no clause. Yeah, but we dodged a big bullet. And also to all the fans that were nervous about Deshaun Watson landing on another team in the NFC South, let's not forget the last time Carolina played against Deshaun Watson, don't forget we won. We won. Let's keep that in mind. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Robert Edwards says he guilty. He knows he's guilty. Obviously, he gonna get that paper regardless. Uh, I mean, maybe he is, maybe he's not. I mean, 22. That's a lot. But as Mr. Carolina pointed out, why did all this come up as soon as he wanted out of Houston? That timing is suspect. Why did all of this come up when he wanted out of as soon as he wanted out of Houston? I'm just saying. Paul says, civil cases will take a long time to sort with court delays, etc. Half will settle out of court and some will see their cases through. But with no criminal charges now, these civil cases may lose steam. Yeah, that's definitely possible. That's definitely possible. Mamba says, I think the reason why Panther fans want Willis so bad is that we are accustomed to mobile quarterbacks at this point because of Cam, which I understand. Yeah, that's a good point as well. That is definitely a good point, especially considering how Jimmy Clausen didn't go too well. He didn't go well. I mean, the last successful quarterback that we had that isn't a mobile quarterback was Jake Delhomme. If we want to keep it real, but that was a long time ago. But like I said, it just seems really, really. It makes me wonder. It definitely makes me wonder. But as Robert says, the feds are coming. Well, we'll see what happens. But I do feel like he's probably going to at least get some sort of suspension. Paul says, then again, with 230 million in guaranteed money, he can pay these 22 women off with 25 million put aside to pay them. That's also an interesting point. That's also an interesting point as well. Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins is alright. He's alright. Uh-oh. Okay, apparently, according to Ian Rappaport, Terran Armstead is flying tonight to South Florida to visit the Dolphins tomorrow. Uh-oh. Armstead might end up being a Dolphin because apparently that's a big need for Miami. So gotta keep an eye on that. Yikes. But Let's see. Mamba says, we were not there, so we cannot make assumptions on what happened, but the timing is very suspect. And what people overlook is that 18 massage women and parlors came out in defense of Watson. Uh, oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. Last pocket quarterback drafted by the Panthers is why I mentioned him. Yeah, yeah, I figured. I thought he was all right. I thought he was all right. Overall, as a quarterback, I thought he was all right. But I mean, he was the quarterback when we first got to the playoffs. So I mean, I guess that that accounts for something. But if you ask me, I think some of those ladies were like, "Hey, hey, you do you know who that is? No, who is that? That's a professional football player, like NFL. So he must be loaded." So I think some of those women may have known what they were doing as far as with Deshaun Watson. But like I said, that's only my guess, my speculation. I have no idea, but it just seems very odd. One, that's a lot of accusations, so that's got to mean something. And two, the timing. So just we'll have to see what happens with that. Paul said Panthers may look at left tackle Trent Brown, who is a free agent, and also Brian Bulaga is a free agent, though he's had injuries. And they're also looking at Eric Fisher as well, a two-time Pro Bowler. So, so yeah, they got some eyes on a couple of folks. And apparently, word is that the Raiders have made a strong offer for Stefan Gilmore. So it's looking like it may come down to between the Panthers and the Raiders with Stefan Gilmore, ladies and gentlemen. Supposedly, that's what I've heard, that's what I'm hearing. That for Gilly, it's looking like it may come down to between the Panthers and the Raiders. So interesting, very interesting. But yeah, man, J.C. Horn getting his workout on. Dude, J.C. Horn. I'm looking forward to J.C. Horn making his comeback. I think his sophomore season he's gonna blow up. I think he's gonna have a great sophomore season. So I'm definitely looking forward to J.C. Horn's return. It should be good. Should be really good. I mean, after all, he made an instant impact in the first couple of games until he got hurt. But it also makes me think with Deshaun Watson, if we had fired Matt Rule and gotten a Brian Flores or maybe even luckily Eric Bieniemy, makes me wonder if that would have been a little bit more of an incentive for Deshaun Watson to come to Carolina and maybe not take as much money. But we'll never know. We'll never know. Paul says, R.E. Watson case. Without real tangible evidence such as photos, video, audio, witnesses, bruises, R kits, etc., it's very difficult to prove abuse cases in a pay for pleasure type of service. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a really good point. Mamba says, I heard that too, but I heard that Stefan does not want to play in the West, which is why the deal with the Raiders has not gone through yet. Oh, interesting. Interesting. But I'm definitely definitely very curious to see how this quarterback situation is going to work out, because there's a lot, we've been working on a lot of other positions, and it's coming along nicely, especially this O-line. This O-line, like, I'm telling y'all, this O-line might end up becoming a top 10 O-line next season. If they can work as a cohesive unit and stay healthy, we could end up with a top 10 O-line. That would rock. That would rock. Paul says, the telling sign to me that these cases were not serious or legitimate was the fact that not one plaintiff woman ever filed a police report after their meeting. Why is this? That's a fair argument. That is a fair argument. That is a fair argument. Paul says, I believe the Eagles and Ravens will make a pitch to Gilmore, which are still close to his home and playoff teams. Ravens would be interesting. Eagles, aren't the Eagles lacking in secondary? I hear Eagles are lacking a little bit in secondary. So that that that's not a that's not a bad it's not a bad idea, for the Eagles when you think about it. But much I'm very much curious to see, with the trades that have been made, and looking, as a matter of fact, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the Tankathon. Tankathon still has Carolina at taking Malik Willis. But now you got to think, with Seattle up in the picture at number 9, uh, that's gonna really be interesting. Uh, Seattle at number 9, which they could still consider drafting a quarterback, but and then even the Lions might draft a quarterback, maybe depending on where Sam Howell falls to. They actually have them taking Sam Howell at the 32 pick. But one way or another, we got to really seriously consider trading back. Mamba says, was hoping for J.C. Treader, but Bradley Bozeman is a very good player and even a better person, so I'm happy. Bozeman is younger and can also play guard and cheaper than J.C. Treader. Facts. Mad facts. But yeah, overall, looking at these signings, I mean, Carolina. Let's take a look at these signings. I like what they get. I like what they picked up in Xavier Woods. I think that was a great signing, Xavier Woods. Damian Wilson, linebacker Damian Wilson, racked up a lot of tackles. 100. I think we could still do better with that middle linebacker. So we'll see what happens with that. And of course, Dante Jackson. I mean, he's staying with us. Has 12 career interceptions. Matt Ionan. I keep mispronouncing that. Matt Ioannidis. And wait, Matt Ioannidis. Ioannidis. I hope I said that right. Dude has 24 and a
I'm
half
fired.
sacks. Hey, my partner's back. So we've been mainly chatting it up so far.
Oh no.
You've been keeping up? Oh, okay. Um Paul Mancini says, I think Fitterer is going to fool us all and go defensive end at number 6 if they don't trade down. I can see Thibodeau or Trayvon Walker selected to get bigger at defensive end. Ooh, interesting. That's very interesting. Tito Z, sup, champ? I'm an hour late, missed a lot. It's all good. We're still here. We're still here, Tito Z. I'm glad we didn't get Watson because of our O-line. No matter who the quarterback is, I wanted to focus on O-line and D-line, a new middle linebacker, and better play calling. Yeah, that's totally understandable. We dodged a big bullet there. Oh, so Paul Mancini, Ionatus, Ionatus. It's Greek. Oh, I did not know that. Ionatus. Wow. Dang, I'm gonna have so much trouble with that. Nathan John had it listed in the previous stream, but oh man, that's gonna be hard to keep up with. I'm gonna have to hear them call that name a lot to keep up with it. um, but yeah, like 24 and a half total sacks, and apparently he played at Temple, so another Temple guy. But this sounds like a good Temple guy. um, hopefully he works out well with Derek Brown. Rashard Higgins, like I said, I'm not fully sold on Rashard Higgins, but maybe he'll break out in Carolina. Um, I was kind of shocked to see that we picked up Johnny Hecker for punter. That I did not expect. I honestly didn't expect that. Deonta Foreman, is that big power back option. Could be great in the goal line situations and also a good combo with Christian McCaffrey and Chuba Hubbard, which I still hope McCaffrey will be used in the slot as much as possible. The 300 from Sparta. Oh, so pronounced kind of like that. Oh, gotcha. Interesting. So Ionitis or Ionitis is that how it's said? I don't know. I feel so bad. I keep butchering his name. Austin Corbett, great signing. Really, really great signing. Bradley Bozeman, great signing. Boasting up that O-line. And then, like I said, bringing back DJ Moore, bringing back Dante Jackson. I mean, bringing back Zane Gonzalez, bringing back Frankie Louvu, bringing back Marquise Haynes Sr. I mean, just overall great moves. Restructuring Robbie Anderson's contract, Pat Elflein's contract, Shaq Thompson's contract, just making a lot of good moves to really help. Oh, okay, I did get it right. Thanks, Tito Z. And
Yo, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Man, I got caught up talking to my brother about the web of life. Y'all, my bad. I said it's crazy. I'm in the car. We start talking about a lot of stuff. That's almost a car accident. He saved me out on the road. That's what I said. Look, I got like, brother, I appreciate you holding it down. I don't know what you've been talking about, but I know it was good information. I got a lot going on.
It's all good.
What I missed?
So we pretty much been
I missed what I missed.
we've pretty much been recapping the signings. Also talked a little bit more about Deshaun Watson and just what overall how Scott Fitterer has been doing, and just looking at we were still kind of looking at the DJ Moore discussion of whether he's elite or not, just things like that, and just recapping our signings.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, look, DJ Moore is an important piece that needed to come back. To me, that was a no-brainer.
Mhm.
He deserved it. Now he also deserves a quarterback that he can grow with, a above average quarterback. That can get him the rock and stick around. Now, for me, but I love Robbie Anderson to come back if he wants to be here, yes. But I would also love to see the ascension of Terrace Marshall. The signing of Higgins means somebody's getting pushed down the depth chart because he's a legit slot receiver. So somebody's getting cut. I don't know who it is. Somebody is not going to make that rotation because he showed out when he was in Cleveland, and he deserves a shot. Robbie, to me, is the better one out of the group. But again, that's just my 2 cents.
Mhm.
Robbie, to me, can go.
And then we also have
He's the oldest one out of the group.
right. And we also got Terrace Marshall Jr. We got Shi Smith. We did bring back Brandon Zylstra.
We did.
So I
So I
mean,
said somebody's got to go out of the group. To me, it's Robbie. Now again, it's funny how his tone changed when we started making some of these moves in free agency. I still find that very funny. Now you're all on board. You're willing to restructure. Now, is that a restructure to get traded? Or is that a restructure to help out the team? Is that a restructure because you know something we don't know? Like, I know you were saying something earlier, and again, my stuff cut out, so I don't know what you're meaning. Like, they had an offer for Cam on the table to bring him back?
yeah. So word is that they submitted an offer to bring back Cam, but Cam hasn't responded yet.
I
So
wonder why.
yeah, that
I mean,
remains to be seen.
I don't wonder why, and I know I'm gonna beat this horse until that motherfucker turn red, white, and blue. Cam Cam still feels disrespected by Matt Rule.
Right.
He feels disrespected because the way they handled the situations, not once, but twice.
True.
You handled that man badly twice. So how can I really trust you? And in football, trust is big. You understand? Like that's huge. If I played quarterback for a little bit, but even as a middle linebacker, as I got older in my career, or a corner, if I don't trust my position coach, if I don't trust my coach, I'm not going to go to bat for you because I don't trust you. Because at any point you're going to throw me under the bus to save your own ass. Yeah. Matt Rule seems like the kind of guy that would throw them under the bus to save his own ass.
Yeah, and it definitely seems evident of that as well. See, got a handful of comments. Paul says Foreman was a great pickup. Running back Deontay Foreman.
Pickup.
He really liked him. Bozeman, Ionitis, Xavier Woods, and Austin Corbett.
All great pickups.
He also mentioned we got ourselves a great special teams combo and bringing back Zane Gonzalez and signing Johnny Hecker, which
awesome kickers.
Which we really, I think the last kicking combo that we had that was strong, I want to say was probably John Casey, Todd Sauerbrunn.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Um,
sir. Special team
let's
field advantage is important.
indeed. And Mamba says these signings have a Dan Morgan feel to them.
Hey,
And
look, whatever it takes, I'm cool with.
Tito Z says the answer is will he start also in regards to Cam? If he were to be brought back, would he start? And I don't think Matt Rule would
Hey,
vouch
I
for
say
that.
that one more time.
Wait, what's up?
Hey, Jay, say it one more time.
I was
I didn't hear
saying
you said what again?
Tito Z was saying that the answer is will he start also in regards to Cam? Because I mean, would Matt Rule be even
Um,
inclined to start him?
Matt Booth, and I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take it like this. These moves are being made not to, as if Matt Rule's not going to be here, but they're making the rules to say, look, you just be a head coach. Try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They put too much on his plate initially, way too much on his plate. This is going to be a Ben McAdoo offense,
Mm-hmm.
not a Matt Rule offense. So Ben McAdoo he's going to look at all the pieces he has around him. He's going to say, can I do this with Cam Newton? Which he can. You can do this because, again, the line is being built around. We already have the damn weapons.
Right.
We have them. You just got to take advantage of them. Sam Darnold is not the guy to take advantage of these weapons. And I'm tired of Cam is washed up. Cam's not washed up. Cam gave everything that he had to this organization. Cam didn't look bad when he went 7-9 with New England, and it was during a COVID year, and he had missed time. So
Right.
let's not act like Cam was this terrible quarterback. Did he light it up? No. But was when he had the time, when he had off season, New England looked damn good. And matter of fact, New England was missing key players on their team because they sat out because of COVID.
Right.
But people like to bash Cam Newton because it's a cool thing to do. Let's not act like this man is a straight bum. Let's not do that. So if we give him the line, we give him a proper offseason, we let him gel with these weapons for a year. We let him be that bridge. Cam knows he's on the other side of 30. We get that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can Cam do something for himself, with this offseason if he comes back? Absolutely. Like I said, we just need to get one of these great tackles that are out there to play left to guard that blind side. And we have a competent, Jay, offensive line like we haven't had in years.
Exactly.
We haven't had it in years. So you give them that line. You give me a healthy or semi-healthy Chris McCaffrey. You give me a Dante Freeman. Watch this offense. You give me a Chuba Hubbard. You give me a Chuba Hubbard. You give me a Ian Thomas that's motivated to catch passes. A Tommy Tremble. Remember, Cam's best season is when he had a reliable tight end to throw the ball to.
Yep.
Give a quarterback a tight end and watch him work wonders. And I know we love him. We love him. People say he's the greatest of all time. Tom Brady. Best weapon was who?
Gronk.
Come on, man. A tight end. And this is a quarterback's best friend because when shit breaks down in the deep end, I have that pacifier that I can throw the ball to. Give Cam a pacifier and he's good. And I said not to say he's a baby, but give him that safety. Make him that safety valve.
Oh, snap. Hold up. Breaking news. The Carolina Panthers have agreed to terms with linebacker Corey Littleton, who spent 2 years with the Raiders after 4 with the Rams.
Okay. So we got another linebacker.
We got another linebacker, Corey Littleton.
Okay.
1 year deal.
The defense, I'm okay with that. That just means the defense is coming together.
Oh, he was a former college teammate of Shaq Thompson at Washington.
Look, there goes that camaraderie.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. These relationships make a difference.
28-year-old Littleton has started 59 games the last 4 seasons and had 259 tackles in his final 2 seasons with the Rams. It gives the Panthers another option at linebacker.
Boom.
Wow.
The defense is coming together. Watch what I tell you, fam. The defense is coming now. Scott Fitterer is making all these smart moves. He's not handicapping us with the salary cap for years. Because remember, y'all, almost 19 million comes off the books at the end of this season.
Right.
When Sam Darnold gets his ass up out of here. So that's more money that if these guys play good, they could be playing themselves into a bigger paycheck come next offseason. Watch what I tell you. We're positioning ourselves for success. Now, go get the left tackle, Scott Fitterer, please. Or if you want to draft one, cool, whatever. But if you're going to let Brady Christensen play, cool.
Mm-hmm.
We are in position, y'all, to take the best player available in the draft. I'm telling y'all, we're in a position to do that. And watch it happen.
Look at Corey Littleton's career stats. 28 years old, 6'3", 228 pounds, 495 total tackles, 9 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries, 6 interceptions, a defensive touchdown, and 30 pass deflections.
I mean, yo, like I said, bruh, I'm excited about what's going on, fam. And I'm gonna do it to you one more time. Last run. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. But let's see. He was an inside linebacker. I believe he can play inside and outside linebacker, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, and not to mention, he's picked off Cam Newton. So, let me get caught up in the chat. But not like this is a 28-year-old veteran, went to the Pro Bowl once in 2018. The dude has been overall pretty healthy throughout his career, has been to the playoffs 3 times in 2017, 2018, and 2021. Like I said, he was with the Raiders the last 2 seasons, played all 17 games and the playoff game. So, I mean, you know, the dude is pretty dang on legit. 6 interceptions, 30 passes deflected. I mean, he had a killer 2018 season. So this is definitely.
No, go ahead. My bad.
So let's see. Got to get caught up in the chat. There's been a lot. So Paul Mancini says, my thoughts on the Higgins signing, Rashard Higgins, which puts Robbie Anderson on notice. But the key is how Terrace Marshall and Shi Smith will step up this summer in their second season. If these two progress, then Higgins is out.
Oh, without a doubt.
Mamba says, I think Cam should run as far as he can.
Look, I'm with it. And maybe it's the fandom. It's a Cam fandom. Like, I love this team. I'm a Cam fan for real. I want to see Cam succeed with this team. Right. I do. Because he deserves it. And that's just me speaking as a football player and as a fan. When somebody gives their heart and soul to the organization, they deserve to come back what they built. what's here.
Right.
And let's not doubt that. Cam helped build this culture.
Mm-hmm.
He built into the keep pound. Now that's Sam Mills, so we would never disrespect Sam Mills. God rest in power, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
That was all you. But Cam Newton bought into the keep pounding mentality.
Right.
I'm hurting. I'm gonna keep doing it. You know, something ain't work. I'm gonna keep doing it. Keep pounding.
Right.
So for me, the line that we building is the line that we should build for Cam when he first got here. This is the line he should have had. These are the weapons he should have had when he first got here. So now let that man lead this team. And again, watch this defense be more superior than it's been in years past. Why? Because we're going to have an offense that doesn't make sure the defense is on the field for 95% of the damn game.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be able to run the ball. We're going to be able to pass the ball. We're going to be able to convert on third down because we have a power back that on third and short, we don't have to give it to goddamn Cam Newton and say, get us a couple yards. Hand that ball off to that 6'2", 240-pound running back and tell him to go get the yards.
Yeah, and goal line.
And yo, could you imagine though, Jay? And I know this. Could you imagine Cam Newton and Freeman back there running RPOs? Who are you trying to hit?
That's a good combo. That is a really good combo.
That's almost 500 pounds in the backfield between your quarterback and your running back.
Indeed.
Bam. That's a lot of muscle back there. I'm just saying the possibilities are endless if you bring Cam back behind this line. This revamped offensive line, that's going to look way better than it did last year.
Facts. Paul has said it's Fitterer and Morgan running this offseason in terms of roster building. Rule has been regulated to focusing on this new coaching staff. There's no doubt in my mind about this. And
thank God.
He also says Cam would be smart to work with offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo for his own career.
Big facts. Big facts. Ben McAdoo was never. Nobody questioned him as an offensive coordinator. They questioned him as a head coach.
Right.
Offensive coordinator, he made it happen. A head coach, that ain't true, bro. That ain't true. Some people do better in a lesson role.
Yeah.
For me, Ben McAdoo can do great for us in a lesson role because, again, he has experience.
Exactly.
In the NFL. So he can work with a vet. And like I said, next 48 hours, a tackle's coming through that door. I don't know who's going to be. We're going to tackle. And our line is solidified. That way, we don't have to spend a 6th pick on a tackle. We can go in the later rounds and grab a tackle. We can either trade up and get a tackle. Mm-hmm. But that number 6 pick will not be spent on an offensive tackle right now, in my opinion, because that gives us a chance to draft a quarterback and let him be groomed for a year or two.
Yeah.
Let's go get the tackle.
And that's one of the benefits that can happen from being able to build so strong in the free agency, like we've been doing. And it's showing that. It's showing that.
That's right.
Super Treybo says, in y'all's honest opinion, do y'all think Cam will be back at least one more season with Carolina or not?
Yes.
I would love that. Personally, with a full offseason and with a potentially top 10 offensive line, this could be what revives him into a contender once again.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, bro. I couldn't agree with you more. Absolutely.
So Paul says a big problem with the Panthers the last 2 seasons, besides giving too much on Rule's plate, was Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, who simply wasn't ready to be an offensive coordinator at an NFL level. Facts.
He wasn't. Not at all. You're a passing game coordinator at LSU. There's a difference between, now don't disrespect, I love SEC. SEC, one of the best, if not the best divisions in all of college football. You can't debate that one. It's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
You are a passing game coordinator, not even the OC. Then you went from a passing game coordinator at one of the best colleges in football to an offensive coordinator where the big boys play.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants the next Sean McVay. Everybody wants the next Sean McVay. You can't go reach for a Sean McVay if you're not a Sean McVay. Sean McVay at least came through a coaching tree line.
Yep.
Of coach, he knew what he was doing. He was in the NFL facilities with his pops.
Yep.
He was already here, so he knew what to do. What's up, boy? Joe Brady didn't have that.
Yeah.
And Sean McVay got him in Super Bowl because he's been here. He's had years under his belt.
Yeah. I mean, it took him 2 Super Bowl appearances to win a Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, but he got it. So I'm like, he got it, and I said, trial and error. He got it. Kudos to him. And I think with us is David Tepper saw, I can do that too. I just gotta go get my boy Genius, and I think I got one in Joe Brady and Matt Rule. You have a coach that was halfway decent at the college level, and you have a first-year offensive coordinator. There's a huge difference. And what angered me about David Tepper is you are so silent and quiet. I don't think we still heard from David Tepper during this offseason. Where are you at?
Yeah, we haven't heard
Say something.
anything from Mr. Tepper.
Nothing. I mean, the facility they put a hold on your facility. Now all of a sudden your mouth got quiet. Where you at, bro? Like, come on, man. You can't be an owner, sit back and let your GM do their thing. But you need to win this fan base back. And your GM is doing an awesome, him and Demo are doing an awesome job so far. And getting the fan base more interested in what we're doing, because we're not making stupid signings. We're not making Pat Elflein, Cam Irving signings. We're not doing we're not getting Denzel Perryman and not even letting them get to the damn regular season and he becomes an all-pro. We're not doing, I can't even think of the idiot's name. Jesus Christ. You know what? The name's not even important. We're not making dumb signings. We're not making dumb signings and trying to fool the fan base like, we got us a steal in any of these no-name guys, a guy that, fills it off with their own teams. He's getting established guys that can come in and help from day one.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what I'm saying. The icing on the cake for me, and I'm gonna put it this way, Jay. There's 2 ways that I would give this offseason an A++. I already given it an A+. You get 2 pluses, and we can get Clowney, which I feel that this team, he could be a great defensive end for this team. And we get that left tackle. That is how I would give this team an A++. If we pull off those 2 moves, to be a perfect offseason.
That would be very huge for us. I mean, that would be a ginormous win for Carolina, and they have made extremely good progress.
That puts us top. That puts our defense, with the moves that we made, that puts our defense top 5 for real. Because you have the corners. We still have JC coming back.
And JC's been working out. I don't know if you've been seeing his videos, but he has been working out.
Putting in work. He's the number 1. JC's the alpha dog in the room. Dante gives us that swag. Dante he's come back. Dante's a clear number 2.
12 interceptions.
Boom. They give CJ Henderson time to develop. He can be a slot. We still have Keith Taylor. He can slide into the other side. So we have options at corner. Xavier Woods is legit free safety. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jeremy Chin can play a strong safety position. Shaq is that linebacker. We still got Frank Louvu, who can also watch what I tell you too. Louvu is going to be one of those those outside Russian linebackers. He's going to be like our what's the boy out in Dallas?
Alden Smith or no?
No. Parsons. Is Parsons not Parsons?
Oh, Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons.
Louvu's gonna be our Micah Parsons. Watch what I tell you. He's going to be that guy
Interesting.
that gets after the quarterback because he's that hybrid. He's big enough and fast enough to play defensive end, but he's not going to hold up against the run, but he can get after the quarterback. Well, that's what I tell you. And I have faith. Us not getting Deshaun Watson, crazy enough, has given me life because it's opened people's eyes to say you don't put that much stock into a player, to one play, even as important as quarterback position is, that's going to handicap your franchise for years.
Right.
You can't do that. So what you do is we do what smart franchises do. We do what the Patriots did. They didn't go out and just go trade for Tom Brady. They already had him. Let him
Yeah,
develop. They say,
exactly.
look, we're gonna bring it along. Green Bay, develop Aaron Rodgers. See, I know he's gone. Seattle, develop Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Kansas City has developed Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas has developed Dak Prescott. When you develop your homegrown and you don't have to give away assets and let you build your team the way you want to build it without handicapping your franchise, pay quarterback $46 million
Mm-hmm.
that hasn't played in over a year.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. Scott Fitterer, keep doing your thing. Just please do those last two moves for me. And I will wear a Scott Fitterer shirt. I will get one custom made. Those are coming, by the way, Jay. I didn't forget about it. So I just got to figure out the logo we're going to put on it.
It's all good. Take all the time you need.
Those are coming. I got to shop around the corner. It's working on.
Cool deal. Cool deal. Um, let's see. Tito Z says, was Corey Littleton middle? If so, that is good. Word is he's played inside and outside linebacker, so it sounds like he could play. He's that versatile. So
It gives us three versatile linebackers because Shaq can play inside and outside. Frank Luton can play inside and outside. And now Corey Littleton can play inside and outside.
and Paul also says Corey Littleton has some good in pass defense and tackler and more athleticism than the new thumper Damian Wilson brings.
Damn, I forgot about him. Shit. My bad.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, and he racked up 106 tackles with the Jaguars and got his first career interception with the Jaguars. So,
Be right back. Hold on one second. Right back.
yeah. So, let's see. Paul Mancini says, could the Panthers trade down with the Eagles to more picks and get left tackle Andre Dillard from them, who is a backup to monster Jay Mailata, and won't see the field for them barring injury? Interesting point. And they have 3 first-round picks, so it's not a bad idea. Love the Littleton signing. Another good signing and solid locker room guy, which all these signings have been. Mamba also says Corey Littleton and Austin Corbett were teammates. I keep telling people to stop underestimating the power of relationships and free agency. Facts. Tito Z says it appears that the GM is making better moves um, uh, than Matt Rule. True. Very true. Great pickups. Now they need to show up. Mamba also says I don't want to see Cam get screwed over again, and that's definitely the risk that you take with bringing back Cam Newton under Matt Rule, who's already screwed him over twice. Paul also says if the Panthers can trade back to the 15th to 20th range, then draft offensive tackle Fenning or B. Rainman, would be a great move and get additional picks in the second and third rounds for trading down. Yes, we would definitely need a second and third round pick for sure. Look who Brady worked with at LSU. Quarterback Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Charles Edwards-Helaire. All first round picks. I could have drawn up plays with this group. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. That is a very fair point. One very important thing about these free agents, too, is that many of these players come from winning teams and cultures like the Rams, Ravens, Cowboys. Yep. Something we haven't been doing lately is winning. So, very true. With the NFC South teams missing out on D. Watson, I'm for bringing Cam back to compete with the Bucks to the division. And see, that's also another thing with Brady coming back. I mean, the Falcons still have Matt Ryan. The Saints, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna try to bring back Jameis Winston or if they're sticking with Taysom Hill. I don't know what the deal is with them, but it'll be interesting to see what they decide. Paul also says Wilson is the run stopper, middle linebacker, and Littleton is the pass coverage linebacker that they need. Um, I think this is starting to shape up to be a pretty good linebacker combo for sure. Because I mean, Shaq, Luvu, Wilson, Littleton, Julian Stanford on special teams, who's also a veteran. I mean, you could definitely do some things there. And like I said, if one thing that this does is that it's going to make things easier, a little easier, getting closer to the draft as far as what to go for. But it's also going to give some options, not just at quarterback, but other needs as well. So I have to say, Scott Fitterer is definitely been doing a great job making some moves. But I think, as Mr. Carolina said, we got to really go in hard on a tackle. So just a heads up, the Corey Littleton contract is 1 year, $2.6 million, which includes a $2 million guarantee. So that's the Corey Littleton signing, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I've read the Saints are going to bring back Jameis Winston. Oh, for real? Oh, well, I guess that pretty much settles that. But let's see. Super Trebo says, "Do you think, Jason? Do you think this season Carolina finally beats Brady and the Bucks? Uh, if not both times, hopefully we'll be able to split, at least split with the Bucks. Hopefully." Paul says, "With these quality free agents the Panthers brought in, I just can't see them relying on a rookie quarterback to lead the team in 2022. Run it back with Cam and give him a sit in 2022."
No, we're not going with a rookie quarterback. We're not going with a rookie quarterback. We're not. You're right. That's not happening. That's what I said. Bring back somebody that you know can command the locker room. Sam Darnold is not going to command the locker room. He's just not. That's just not his personality. Sam Darnold is not an alpha. He doesn't have it. You can tell an alpha dog. Sam Darnold is not an alpha. He's somebody that's going to try to blend into the locker room. Hey guys, Sam Darnold has that 100% California vibe about him. He's too cool. It's like, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. And if anybody has been in a football locker room, a grown man football locker room, you're going to step on some damn toes. Your friends are going to hate you for a moment. I'm going to piss you off. I'm going to say something that's going to hurt your feelings and not give a damn. Because I need you to come along with me, and you've been pussyfooting around, and I need you to get your shit together.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold is not the guy to say it in somebody's face. And I'm telling y'all real shit, because I've been in a college locker room. I've been in a semi-pro locker room. These are the shit that I'm saying. Look, bro, I need you to bring your ass and let's go, because we trying to win. Like, I'm tired of getting my ass kicked every day.
Right.
I need you to do your job. You may not hate, you may not. I had a teammate that didn't speak to me for weeks. And I didn't give a damn. So I dug into his ass. Look, yo, we practicing. You out here, you joking around, you hee ha, you smoking and shit before practice. Yo, you're not taking it seriously, fam. And like we literally almost fought after a game. No holds barred. And I was like, you trying to do something? Let's do something. You have to be willing to get into it with your brothers to bring the best out of them. And you know what? That ass, he played some of his best football after that altercation. You got to dig into people, man. You got to be willing to be the bad guy in the locker room. You have to be willing to rub people the wrong way. Sam Darnold won't do that. Cam won't do that.
Paul said it best. Sam Darnold lacks leadership and is way too passive to lead a team. Winning teams are led by strong-minded quarterbacks with leadership skills.
One of the reasons we love and hate Tom Brady, because Tom Brady will dig into his teammates' ass.
That is true.
I love that about Tom Brady. Like, yo, let's go. Y'all playing like some shit. Let's go. Let's get it. I love playing like I love Ray Lewis and Ed Reed because they would dig into their teammates' ass. Let's do it. Mike Singletary, Dick Butkus, Jerry Rice, Joe Mancini. These guys were alpha dogs. I need you. We thought Luke was the nicest, quietest guy ever. But when you see Luke Kuechly on that field and Thomas Davis, yo, let's go. Get your shit together.
They were always communicating non-stop.
Because you have to be that kind of dog. And people, you say, oh, you got to be, in order to play the game, I'm going to say this in the nicest way I can. And I'm part of this clique myself. There's got to be something mentally wrong with your ass to want to play football. I'm just going to keep it $150 with you. There's something wrong with us up top. Because no man in his right mind wants to go bang against another dude for 2-3 hours and call yourself sane. There's something wrong.
Right.
But with that, you have to have those dogs that say, look, I want to break your spirit. I want to break your will. And my teammates, I'm going to bring them along with me. Sam Darnold does not have that. And honestly, we've been missing a guy like that on this defense. Shaq, as much as I love him, is not that guy. Luke and TD were that guy.
Yeah.
Because they commanded your attention. You're going to follow me, and I'm going to work harder than you, and you're going to come along with me. Luke wasn't afraid to say, get his ass off the field because he's not doing his job.
Right.
Thomas Davis wasn't afraid to get in your face and be like, look, let's do it. That's the key pound I'm saying, Jay, that this team is missing because we don't have those dogs like that anymore. And we're missing them. And I just passed the plate. I'm sitting here talking, Lord, my wife's going to kill me. We're missing them. And if we can get some of that back on defense, and I said, I believe Shaq has it. Shaq has it somewhere in there because he was around Luke and TD too long.
True.
He's got to have it somewhere in there. But you have to, Brian Burns. I can see Brian Burns being a guy like that. But I can't pull something out of you that you already have. And Ray Lewis said it best. The one thing that they can't measure on a football field is effort.
Right.
Effort. And I'll tell you this when we were doing our show, towards the end of the season, you could see that a lot of these guys had quit.
Yep. Facts.
Not calling them out as grown men, because I would never do that, not to one football player to another. A lot of these guys had quit because they were mailing it in. They said, look, we don't want to play for dude. We ain't trying to do this no more. F him, like we done with it. So they mailed it in. It was evident in the way these guys were playing. Quite evident. Now, you get a motivated team. And you know what motivates players? And I'm going to tell you this like real shit, and I'm going to have to get off here in a second.
Okay.
What motivates a player, like I know myself, what motivated me, when that quarterback, if I believed in you, like I keep saying, you give me that head that I believe in, that I know he's going to give me everything he has in the offensive end, I'm going to run through a fiery brick wall for my quarterback, and I'm going to get you the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
That defense didn't give a rat's ass about Sam Darnold.
Sure didn't.
They didn't give a damn, because if they did, they wouldn't have said fuck it towards the end of the season. We're done.
Right.
There was no pride. They don't believe in him. And a lot of y'all don't believe what they be saying in the media. Because again, I've been in these locker rooms, and I said this before, Jay. I'm gonna tell y'all everything you want to be here to be politically correct on the surface. And I've done it. I've said everything nice I could about my teammate on the surface. I was cussing his stupid ass out in that locker room. And if I saw you outside the locker room, I was cussing your ass out again. You sorry mother, you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Get your shit together, because you're dragging us down. You can be my friend. And my mother said this in the truest form. Your true friends tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Right. Facts.
Don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I need to hear. Somebody need to tell Sam Darnold you suck. Somebody need to tell Sam Darnold, stop turning the ball over, stupid. We need it. You're costing us games. Why do we only have 3 points? Come on, man.
Losing to teams like the Giants,
the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Commanders.
We lost to a whole division.
We lost to the NFC least. The NFC least. Like, come on, fam. You give Cam an offseason. You draft a Malik Willis. You let him sit back and learn, because he admires Cam Newton. Malik Willis has a cannon for an arm. I've seen him drop dimes in. If you watch his film, I ain't talking about highlights. I've seen him rolling right and drop a dime to his receiver 30, 40 yards down the field. Like, all his receiver caught it in stride. All he had to do was put his arms up. It was a gorgeous pass. And he's done that time and time again. Damn it, it's close. So you give Cam Newton an offseason to do that, and he's good.
Facts.
But I'm gonna leave it at that. You give that man his offseason. You draft the heir apparent and watch him take flight. Watch this team go out and do something spectacular. I'm about to go get something real quick for my wife cussing me out. But look, my brother, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, y'all be blessed. I know I've been in and out, man. Look, love and peace, man. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Blitzball Champ Game, my brother Jason. Holla at your boy, Bleeding Carolina Blue Show. Look, we about to do big things. Like, peace, love, and blessings. Now, holla at you on the next episode. Yeah, I'm gone.
Alrighty. Peace out. DJ
DJ
MrCarolina, ladies and gentlemen. But yes. Facts. Couldn't have said it any better than he did. So I want to get caught up in the comments before I cut out for tonight. Want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So Littleton came pretty cheap. Paul definitely answered that question. Free agent linebackers generally don't get big money around the NFL unless you're a star player. I agree. Mamba says, if we got Watson, we would have been from Family Dollar version of the Chiefs. Offense can go all day, but the defense is trash. And that's exactly what would have happened. They would have suffered. The defense would have suffered tremendously. Mamba also said, has to be terrible for a team morale in regards to Sam Darnold, because everyone knows they are on the trading block for one guy. Facts. In regards to Deshaun Watson. Paul says, best trait of Tom Brady is the fact that he not only demands preparation and attention to details, urgency of his teammates, but of himself also. New linebackers Wilson and Littleton are type A players. They will get after their teammates. I'd like to see some of this rub off on Chen. I believe Horn has this too. Oh yeah, I believe it as well. I definitely believe it as well. I do question Brian Burns' effort and focus at times. He gets down on himself too easily when missing a play or a sack, and then takes a few plays off that I've seen. He does have an over pursuing habit. I hope he could get that fixed and addressed in the offseason and OTAs and all that. I think he could get it addressed. I'm pretty positive that he could get that fixed. And Paul says if they're going to sign Cam, then they need to do it now so the entire team knows he's committed with the team, all OTAs from the get-go. Facts. I think they got to make it happen ASAP. See where he's at. Word is the offer's out there. He just has to make up his mind and let's go get this. So it's something we got to, hopefully, it gets addressed. But y'all definitely stay tuned. I mean, we just picked up linebacker Corey Littleton. We're not done yet. I honestly don't believe they are done yet. So definitely, let's keep pounding, keep positive. Scott Fitterer, you've been doing an excellent job this offseason. Keep it up. Making some moves here. Bump Deshaun Watson. That's out of there. Not our problem anymore. Let's stay focused. Stay focused. Continue to fill these holes and get ready for the draft. Y'all, we'll get there. If they could just stay the course, we'll get there. We could become a competitor, a contender. We're lining up the talent, and then soon the next thing is going to be the execution. So let's keep positive. Lord willing, this is going to work out for us. But anyway, that'll do it for tonight's Carolina Panthers Talk podcast. Once again, shout out to DJ MrCarolina for joining on as part of the Bleeding Carolina Blue podcast. Thank y'all so much for coming through tonight and chatting with us. We kind of did this on the fly, but so glad that we got some good participation tonight. Thank y'all so much. But let's keep an eye out and just, we're putting the pieces in place. So we're building ourselves a team. We're building ourselves a team, y'all. And it's shaping up. It is really shaping up. Paul says there has been a lot more activity with the Panthers than I would have expected. I love how this roster is shaping up. They hired many experienced coaches, which is huge. Facts. Coaching staff, offensive line, offensive coordinator, D line, special teams coordinator. Like, it's definitely all aligning up. This has been really, really good. Really, really good. But good job, DJ and Jay. Have a great week, and thanks for what you do. Thank you so much, Paul, for coming through and for always contributing. You have a good week as well. And as usual, we'll be in touch. Keep an eye out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also do the same for the Bleeding Carolina Blue YouTube channel as well. Be sure to give MrCarolina a follow and a sub as well. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Hope everybody has a blessed week. We will catch up soon. I